we were talking a little bit earlier, you know, and for some reason I feel like you were born and then you just went on the stage and then you hung out with Tony Robbins, and this is just like, of course it happened this way. And of course this is what happens when you don't have any legs and one arm. But like, it was far from that truth. And like for most of your high school days up until you were 20, you were like unhappy with yourself. And how did that change?
Yeah, how did it change? There's emotion coming up for me right now because I feel like people at my level, people at our level, they don't, and I wish they would, they don't share that they still get broken. They don't share that they still have nights where they want to quit. They don't share the pressure of payroll or the pressure of being the guy and putting on the suit and putting on the smile. So at first I want to lead off with like, just a couple of days ago, I wanted to quit everything. Like, let's be real. Like, just a couple of days ago, Nick, the mindset guy, had the thoughts of like, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this isn't working. Maybe I'm not making an impact. Maybe I should have more money by now. And so I just want to lead with that to let you know that the guys that you watch, they struggle too, but they don't talk about it. Maybe it's part of their image. And maybe they think it's weak, and that's okay, that's part of their brand. But for me, I want to show you all parts of me, and I'll love all parts of you as well. But this didn't happen overnight. This happened because, like I said in the beginning, I hated myself. I hated the fact that I was born with no legs, one arm. I hated the fact that my friends had girlfriends and I didn't. I hated the fact that they had an aide with me in school. I hated the fact that I was different. And the first shift was when I became a wrestler, when I became an athlete. Like before becoming an athlete at 15, 14 years old, I was a chubby, fat Italian kid who soothed all of his emotions with food and video games and marijuana, and kind of stayed to myself and thought this was my life. And I got to the point where I had this honest conversation with myself, and I was like, well, you've thought about taking your life, but you know you would never. That's going to destroy your whole family. So Nick would never do that. And so you have a choice. You can either live pissed off and angry and depressed, or you can figure out how to take control of this human experience and this character of you. And
everybody gives you a pass because of your condition, right? So they're like, let him play his video games, let him have his food because he must have such a hard life. So in a weird way, it's even harder for you because no one's holding you accountable. Is that right?
It's perfect. That's spot on. Right? I mean, of course, let him do his thing. Life's hard, right? And I think, and by the way,
Investment Club. Today, I consider it the best investment that I've ever made. We get 4 projects presented a week by their associated CEOs. Personally, I'm completely blown away by the quality of these projects, and I know of nowhere else where I would be given this same opportunity. Each week that passes, I feel more appreciative of the fact that I'm a member of this group. The vibe was just tremendous. Everybody's on the same wavelength. We just clicked. Everybody listened to each other, enjoyed their company. It was just magical, magical. Take action. Don't take my word for it. Due diligence you need to do. And I really hope that someday down the road I see you in the club. It far exceeded expectations, without question.
There's people with their whole body, all their arms and all their legs, and they're in an environment where people say, well, of course, Bobby. Of course, Cindy. Her life's hard. And that's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous place to be in, right? That's why I say you can have all your arms and all your legs, yet still be handicapped and crippled by your environment, right? And so, yeah, it was definitely easy for me to take that route. But my parents played a crucial role in that, in the sense that, yeah, they let things slide, but also, let me give you some background on why I'm wired the way that I'm wired. My mom's philosophy for me was, Nick, as long as you're happy, I'll support it. She didn't care if I was a doctor. She didn't care if I was a streamer. She didn't care. She's like, as long as you're happy. When I came home to mom, it wasn't, how much money do you make? It was like, do you like what you're doing? And if it was yes, then she was in. Now, Pops, Dad, on the other hand, which I'm grateful for both of these modalities, both of these energies, Dad was like, yeah, you're happy, but you need to be able to feed yourself. Never take a handout, son. Like, even at no legs warm, never take a handout. You ain't collecting disability. That's not for you. That's for other people. You're gonna figure out how to be independent. Very early on, my dad was like, I already have 2 careers picked out for you if you're open to it. These are 2 things that it don't matter about your body, Nick. You know what they are? You could be a sports announcer or a news announcer, use your voice, or you could be a speaker. That's what my dad said. You know what I told him? I don't want to do any of those things, Dad. You know, at that time, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to play football or something. He's like, son, let's be real, right? And so my dad was the big push on becoming like a savage, in the sense of like, own your stuff, be a man, be the provider. I don't care what your physical body is, you're going to find a way. And I was kind of scared of that. And I know I went off on a total side route here, but yeah, so these are all the combinations of Nick becoming Nick.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.